Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So we gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Korash. Double honors to the apostles, now the bishop, now the great millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles, and others over all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. In the sense of salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth to the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the whole elect. And shalom to the Akwath who are listening, learning, if you sisters who are listening, learning. Coming at you in the lesson, the truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, Lord, will it be edifying. So I titled this lesson, are you being drawn to the truth or the cares of this life? Because the time is going to come when everything that you are chasing, trying to be the best that you can be in whatever, is going to come to an end. And if you haven't been building up your spirit through the faith of Yahweh Shema Shai, everything that you are chasing in this world is going to turn to a pile of dung, nothing. And if you don't have the spirit, you will be destroyed. The Lord is raising up. He said his seed gonna call from out of the north, the south, the east, and the west, his sons and daughters. And you ain't gonna have no gold and silver in your hand when the Lord call you to come out of this place. When North America be destroyed, everything that you accumulated here is gonna be turned to dust. It's gonna be destroyed. So, are you being drawn to the truth, the Holy Spirit? Or is the Lord further pushing you into the world to be a cares of this life? Because all this is going to be destroyed. Salaki. There's only two ways that the Lord bring you into this truth, or you're going to be destroyed here. So these lessons I've been doing these last couple of days is me going into on Matthew 5 and 6. But the Lord say, let's read it. Matthew 5 and 6 reads, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. When you read in Amos 8 and 11 about the famine of the word, right? Matter of fact, so in the famine of the word, the Lord say, let's get it real quick. So like it, pop-ups, man. In Amos 8 and 11. Said I'm gonna start using this this apocrypha app more because it got all the whole scroll on it. I don't gotta be jumping back and forth. Anyway, so let's say right here, Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Lord, right? And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. Thirst of what? The truth, man. So let's go back. So again, in Matthew 5, see, this might be a little slower for me. In verse 6. So this is a famine of thirst, man. The word of the Lord. Matthew 5 and 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. This truth. And because Jake is chasing the cares of this life, man, which is going to cause you to be put to death, man. In Isaiah 55 and 1, it reads, Ho, it's a ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yeah, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, which is following these theologians, these theological seminary pastors, or these groups that ain't giving you the truth. Everybody's giving their money to these guys with these PayPals and Patreons and Apple Pays and all this. Wherefore do you spend your money for that which is not bread? They ain't giving you the 100% truth, and your labor for that which satisfies not. Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Right? In Isaiah 44, and this is about the Lord said, blessed be ye that do hunger now and thirst for righteousness, man. This ain't talking about food and water. Matthew 4 and 4, Yahweh said, a man should not live off bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh. Is Isaiah 44 and 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. See, the Lord said, if I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. Thirsty for what? For the truth, man. For the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because this is what's going to save you, man. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, before I get these other, matter of fact, let's just get these. You know what? Hold on. Bear with me here. I'm gonna read these from I'm gonna pull the blue letter. Now in Jeremiah, I gotta get these precepts. This is Jeremiah 50, and I'm just gonna read them instead of keep switching back and forth. In Jeremiah 50 and 8, hey, Shalom to the Akim I walk from the coming boy, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Rashab Rakatham, the for tuning in. Hey, Abigail, Proverb, Shalom, sister, Yahweh Shema Rashab Rakathah. Hey, the water, I appreciate what you do, the water. So in Jeremiah 50 and 8, hey, may Yahweh Shema Rashab continue to bless you in your household. Hey, may the election of Yahweh Shema Rashab be upon you and your household, Lord willing. This is Jeremiah 50 and 8. It reads, remove out of the midst of Babylon. And this is us removing ourselves spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And when you read Revelation 11 and Revelations 18, that's when the Lord is going to physically redeem the elect. But these verses I'm going to read, this is mentally coming out of this place. It's Jeremiah 50 and 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks. This is the Lord talking to the men as being as he-goats, but he's causing his sons and daughters to remove themselves out of the midst of Babylon. This is spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And Lord willing, physically, you get redeemed out of here. Again, Jeremiah 15:8, remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he goes before the flock. This is Zechariah 2:6. And it reads, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, saith Yahweh, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven, saith Yahweh. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. And how do we do this? Returning back to Yahweh Shema Shah, man, through the spirit, through the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah. So this is Jeremiah 51:6. It reads, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Who is going to be doing the delivering of every man his soul? It's talking about those that's being as the he goats before the flock, meaning these men that's teaching you 100% truth. Be not cut off from her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Again, Jeremiah 51:6, it say, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. When you read in let me see, there's that Obadiah. In Obadiah 1 in verse 20. Let's see. In Obadiah 1:21, right? It say, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. So who are these saviors? Who are these saviors? It's talking about these men in Jeremiah 51:6. It say, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, and be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. These men that's going to be as saviors in Obadiah 1:21 is also in Isaiah 32. Let's prove it. Isaiah 32:1, it reads, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, Yahweh Shah, and princes shall rule in judgment. See, that's those elect men. The Lord said in Jeremiah 51:6, deliver everyone his soul, right? This is Micah 2:10. Another verse about fleeing out of Babylon spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Micah 2:10 reads, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. How you going to rise and depart? Spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and Lord willing, you get beat physically. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. See? So now, let's go back to this. So now let me get, because this wisdom, man, there's nothing more precious on the earth than this wisdom, man. So let's get this in Job. In Job 28, start at verse 12, right? It reads, but where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. Because when you read in John 3:27, it tell you nothing can be given except to be given from the Lord in heaven, right? Man knoweth not the price thereof, talking about of wisdom, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth said, it is not in me, and the sea said, it is not with me. It can be It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. That's why I tell you in Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx, or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. No mention shall be made coral, or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? Where is it at? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all the living, seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air. Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. God understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he looketh to the ends of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven, to make the weight for the winds, and he weigheth the waters by measure. When he made a decree for the rain, and a way for the lightning of the thunder, then did he see it and declare it. He prepared it, yeah, and searched it out. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. Hold on. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. So, and as I tell you in Ecclesiastes 19:18, the beginning, the love of the Lord is the beginning. Let's read it. Matter of fact, let's just read it. I don't want to butcher it. This is so while Jake is out here chasing things that don't matter to the Lord, man. Hold on here. Let me go back. Man, they playing with me. While Jake is out here chasing the cares of this world, man, the Lord don't care about none of that, man. Um, where's I finna go? Hold on, bear with me. Let's get this person, and I'll come back to that. In James 4. See, it tell you in Isaiah 33 and 6 that wisdom, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. It ain't gonna be nothing that's of a type of value here, man. The real value is wisdom, man. This is James 4 and 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. Right? In John, let's get this in First John. In First John 2, say the same difference, man. It's First John 2 and 15. It reads, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, keeping up with the Joneses, and the lust of the eyes, keeping up with the Joneses, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of power abideth forever. So the only thing that's gonna be worthless, the only thing that's gonna be worth anything is just wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Everything else is gonna be worthless, man. And it said in Job 28 that wisdom cannot be found. It cannot be found. You can't search it out on earth. It had to be given to you, man. And that's heaven. It got to be given to you. Let me go back. Bear with me here for a second. Let's see. So let's get there. Wisdom of Solomon 81, right? It reads, wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweeter doeth she order all things. I loved her and sought her out from my youth. I desired to make her my spouse. Sophia, right? This is the woman who you should really be loving right here. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was a lover of her beauty. In that she is conversing with God, and she magnified her nobility. Yet the Lord of all things himself loved her, for she is privy to the mysteries of the kingdom of God, and a lover of his works. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom, that work of all things? That's why Isaiah 33 and 6 say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, man, not gold. Okay, it say, if riches, wisdom of Solomon 8 and 5, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom, that worketh all things? If if prudent work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? If a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice, fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth Salakia, conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs, the prophecies. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times. All prophecy. It's what wisdom does. So you got these guys, it's not giving you 100% truth, it's not bringing out prophecy. They don't have the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Bashai. Therefore, therefore, I propose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she will be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and grief. For her sake, I shall have estimation among the multitude and honor with the elders, though I be young. This is Solomon speaking. I shall be found of quick conceit in judgment, and shall be admired in the sight of great men. When I hold my tongue, they shall bid my leisure, and when I speak, they shall give ear unto me. If I talk much, they shall lay their hands upon their mouth. Moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality, the kingdom of heaven, and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me, which is your seed, your loin, out of your lineage. It say, Salakia. What the hell? It say, I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. Rulership. See? Yeah, there's plenty of scriptures to get that. It say horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do but hear of me. I shall be found good among the multitude and valiant in war. After I am come into my house, I will repose myself with her, for her conversation have no bitterness, and to live with her have no sorrow, but mirth and joy. Now, when I consider these things in myself, I pondered them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom immortality, and great pleasure it is to have her friendship, and in the works of her hands are infinite riches, and in the exercise of conference with her prudence, and in talking with her a good report. I went about seeking how to take care her to me. For I was a witty child and had a good spirit, yet rather being good, I came into a body undefiled. Nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except God gave her me. And John 3 and 27. Nothing can be given except be given from the Lord in heaven. It say, except God gave her me, and that was a point of wisdom, also to know whose gift she was. I prayed unto the Lord and besought him, and with my whole heart I said, going to the next chapter. O power of my Father and Lord of mercy, who has made all things with thy word, and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he should have dominant dominion over the creatures which thou hast made. So this is from wisdom, man. From wisdom. So I just was meditating on, like, draw back from the cares of this life, man. Because it's this wisdom how you shall get salvation, man. It has nothing to do with what you are accumulating on this side. In Isaiah 33 and 6, it reads, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is his treasure. And I want to get let's get this in Ecclesiasticus 19 and 18. It reads, the fear of Yahweh is the first step to be accepted of him. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him. And wisdom obtained of his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruits of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency. Also, I want to get in Sirach 25. It ain't go up, don't let me go up no more. What the hell? Hold on 1 second here. Go back to this. Ecclesiastes 25 and what was that? Let me see. right here. Ecclesiastes 25 and 9 it reads, it say, verse 8, well is him that dwelleth, no, Salakia, verse 9, well is him that hath found prudence, and he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. But the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? See, it said, oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. Because this is about fearing the Lord. Say the fear of the Lord is wisdom. But the love of the Lord passeth all things for illumination. And the hopeful elect is the original Illuminati on the right hand side of the Lord. There's the left hand side Illuminati, and there's the right hand side. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? Because it also tells you Baruch. In Baruch, let's get there. As a matter of fact, in Baruch 4, or that 4 and 2. Baruch 4 and 2, it reads, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. What? Wisdom, the spirit. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. See? In closing precept, let me get this in the Hebrews. That's one in Hebrews. Hebrews 10 and 32. See, this brings you far above these devils, man. Because nobody, and the scriptures say, when you're reading Sirach 24 and 22, the Lord say, he that work by him shall not do amiss, and you shall never be confounded. Say the same thing in 1 Peter 1 and 6, man. They say, but call to remembrance, Hebrews 10 and 32, the former days in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction. So the real illuminated ones is the hopeful elect being of Israel on the right hand side. So yeah, I was just thinking about the wisdom of the Lord, man, and the cares of this life. Are you being drawn to the truth or the cares of this life? And those precepts, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and Ecclesiasticus, that Job 28, which it is crazy because I had read it before, but I was watching one of the brothers from GMS Feed the Flock, and he was going into that in a lesson he did a few weeks ago. And he brought out that Wisdom of Solomon 8, man, and that Job 28 about that wisdom, man. Wisdom cannot be found on the earth, man. It had to be given to you from the Lord. So if the Lord gave you this wisdom, not understanding, use it. It is saying First John. First. Matter of fact, let me close with that. This is First Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 7 and 20. The Lord gave you this understanding, man, this wisdom. Hey, figure out about your mama shot and use it. This 1 Corinthians 7:20. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Thou called being a servant. Care not for it. Care not for what? The flock, man. Proverbs 27:23. Know the state of thy flock and look well to thy herds. So it say, thou called being a servant. Care not for it. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. Use what? The wisdom and knowledge, understand the Lord gave you to feed the flock. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise, also, he that is called being free is a Mashiach's servant. Ye are bought with the price. Be not ye the servants of men. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called, therein abide with power. Let every man wherein he is called, therein abide with Yahweh Shema Bashah. So if you call being a servant, care not for the flock, then use your wisdom to feed the sheep sound doctrine. So again, are you being drawn to the truth or cares of this life? Because in the end, you're going to find out what you are trying to gain on this side. You're going to lose it, man. The only thing going to be left You're gonna look up and see everybody gonna have nothing. Each and every one of us ain't gonna have nothing. But guess what they're gonna have? Wisdom, man. That wisdom and knowledge. There's gonna be people wondering how these people moving out here like this because they've been acquiring the wisdom and knowledge right now, man. The Lord gave them the spirit to gather up, to heap up all this wisdom, not understanding why you still got time. And 2/3 gonna be out here because they was chasing the bag, man. 2/3 chasing the bag, the hopeful leg chasing wisdom, man. And in the end of Jacob trouble, ain't nobody gonna have nothing. We're gonna have nothing but the clothes on our back, man. But you're gonna have a group that's gonna have that wisdom, man. And they're gonna be moving according to wisdom. And 2/3 gonna be moving according to what? Carnal minded. Oh, as a matter of fact, I gotta get this. Let's get this in Hosea. Because in the end, the Lord said He gonna turn your glory to shame, man. Everything you glory in right now, you chasing the money, that's your glory. You chasing women, you chasing cars, you love to gamble, you want to get guns. Jake out here want a gun, they want to get guns. That's Esau's blessing. So whatever you glorify in right now, money, guns, cars, whatever it is, jewelry, Hosea 4 and 7, as they were increased in what? In their wickedness, you chase the bag, you acquired the bag on this side, all the cares of this life, you know, with the Joneses, as they were increased in your wickedness, so they sinned against me. Therefore, will I change their glory? Whatever you glorifying right now, you about guns, you about cars, you about women, you about money, you about buying lands, Israelite communities, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, will I change their glory into shame? Whatever you glorifying right now, whatever it is, the Lord gonna make it your shame in that day, man. So Lord was edifying. You gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Kodash, the honors to the apostles, and the bishops, and elders, great millstone, rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, ready accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four wheels of the earth, then take real waking up the whole for the elect. And shalom to the Akwath who are listening and learning, you sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, the wife for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. As a matter of fact, I want to get this. Was it 2 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. Let me close with this. Because it reads, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they have none. Meaning, focus on the work, man. You got a wife, you got a family, you gotta balance everything out, but focus on the work, man. Because this is Lord willing salvation to the whole house, man. Whoever you and your family is, whatever. If it's you, moms and some brothers, sisters, whatever. Focus on this. It say, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it. You ain't letting keeping up with the Joneses get to your head. You ain't letting because somebody living better than you get to your head. Because remember, it's all gonna be taken away. It's saying they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. It's gonna be gone, man. And again, when you look up and see everybody out here running back and forth, moving, looking for wisdom, and they tell you Amos 8 and 11, they're gonna run to and fro through the earth. Men and women looking for the truth, and they ain't gonna find it. Well, there's gonna be some men and women out here that's gonna have it, and everybody that's gonna be running around looking like it tell you what second Ezra 5. It say have truth comb through it. If you see truth run through here, nope. Because in that day, the Lord say, was that Ezekiel 3 and 24 down to 27, he's gonna call these men mouth to be shut, and there ain't gonna be no reprovers no more, man. So who at that time, whoever got the wisdom, the Lord ain't gonna have them telling nobody nothing, man. You're gonna be shut and you're gonna be on the move, man. But them other ones gonna be running around here. They going, hey, you know about the Lord? You seen truth? Nah. Maybe hey, go check over there. Maybe it's over by that way. Just like in Matthew 25, the 5 wise and 5 foolish virgins. What did the 5 wise say when the foolish virgin came and say, Give us some of your oil. They're like, no, go over there and buy for yourself. Yeah. Lord willing, I'll be one of those men. Come up to me, tell me, you seen wisdom? No, I ain't. What's wisdom? What is that? Yeah. That's what the Lord's saying. In that day, ain't gonna be no more teaching. So all them scoffers out there that's scoffing right now, in the lesson I did the other week, this truth ain't gonna be your entertainment for long, man. Soon it's gonna be ain't gonna be no more YouTube. And everyone and we gathering the truth, we gathering this wisdom right now for what's about to come, man. They're gonna be running to and fro looking for it. And it's gonna be too late. And the Lord name ain't Yahuwah. Shalom. Thanks to Yahuwah for this reminder. The Lord name ain't Yahuwah. And I done told you that we all done told you this before. Honey bunny. The Lord name ain't Yahuwah. Ain't no U's in the Hebrew. Ain't no O's in the Hebrew neither. So who is Shalom? And you ain't new. You've been told this over and over. Hey, the water for the compliment, brother, but I ain't an elder. I'm just a young brother. We done told you ain't no O's, ain't no E's, U's, and V's in the Hebrew. Ain't no J's. Who is Yahuwah? We don't know who that is. And if you ain't coming correct, don't come over here following Great Millstone. Go back over there to them Yah Israelites. The Lord name ain't Yahuwah. And we keep telling you people, man. We trying to humbly tell you people, the Lord name ain't Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. So again, Lord was edifying. See, this is the games that Jake gonna play, and then it's gonna be one day, and they ain't gonna be able to play the games but to themselves, man. Cause they gonna be out here naked. But it's okay. Keep playing with the name of the Lord, man. You will put some respect on the name. Matter, let me get this. Let me close with this. Salakia. I gotta come back to me so I can get off this. Let me get off this. Let me get off that, man. Let me get this so I can put it in the blue letter. Cause Jake think this is a game, man. And you're gonna find out this ain't no game, man. In Ezekiel, in Ezekiel 39:7, Jake think this is a game, man. Y'all gonna put some respect on Yahweh Shema Shah names. You will. It may be through death by pain, but you will. This is Ezekiel 39:7. It reads, so will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. On my screen, it say right there, Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? Why is you on my comment board with Yahuwah? Who is that? Anyway, till next time I say Shalom. Wa Abba Ball, the Wafa tuning in. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up.